I opened the chat. The cursor was blinking. You know that feeling, when your mind is loud, but your hands don't move. I wasn't angry. I was exhausted, tired of explaining myself to someone who heard me, but never listened. I typed everything. Then I deleted it. And that moment changed something inside me. In this video, I'm not going to teach you how to forget someone. I'm going to help you understand why you keep wanting to explain yourself, and why not sending that message hurts, but heals. If you've ever felt unheard, misunderstood, or emotionally tired, stay with me, bro. You don't miss them. You miss the version of you who believed things would change. You replay moments at night. Not the good ones, the confusing ones, the half replies, the delayed calls, the way your feelings always felt too much, and every time you tell yourself, let me explain it one last time. So you become careful with words, you soften your pain, you translate your emotions into something easier for them to digest. Slowly, you start disappearing in your own story. Let's slow this down for a moment, because the reason this hurts isn't just because of them, it's because of how much of yourself you invested. You didn't just give time, you gave understanding, you gave patience, you gave emotional energy, without keeping a score, and when that energy isn't returned, your brain doesn't process it as rejection, it processes it as confusion. That's why you keep wanting to explain yourself, because the mind hates confusion more than pain. Psychology calls this unfinished emotional loops. When something ends without clarity, the brain keeps replaying it to find meaning. That's why late at night, your mind suddenly becomes loud. Not because you miss them, but because your mind wants answers it never got. I remember one night, I sent a long message. It took me 20 minutes to write. Their reply came in 6 words. And that's when I realized, effort isn't about time, it's about intention. That night, I opened the chat again, typed everything I felt, then closed the app, without sending it. Not because I was scared, but because I finally understood what silence was telling me. This is the message I never sent. I tried to be patient when I should have been honest. I tried to understand you while abandoning myself. I stayed quiet, hoping you'd notice my absence in conversations. I wasn't asking you to fix everything. I was asking you to care enough to try. But now I understand. Some people don't need explanations, they need boundaries. Psychology says this: when you over-explain, you're not communicating, you're seeking permission to feel what you already feel. And when someone keeps ignoring your emotions, it's not confusion, it's comfort. They're comfortable with you adjusting, with you staying, with you trying harder. Silence breaks that comfort, not as punishment, but as protection. The day I stopped typing unsent messages, I didn't lose my voice. I found my spine. I learned that peace feels unfamiliar when you're used to chaos, and choosing yourself feels lonely when you're used to chasing, but loneliness with self-respect is better than connection that costs your dignity. If you've ever deleted a message instead of sending it, comment I stayed silent, so someone else knows they're not alone. And if this video felt like a conversation you needed to hear, stay. This channel is built for people who feel deeply and are learning to choose peace.